Shalom, folks. I'm just checking my mic levels, whatnot. Yeah, no, this is real. Yeah, I'm going live. I gotta get more how can I say consistent about this. So bear with me. I can't even hear my voice on this thing. Hopefully I see the microphone. Okay, I just had it on mute right now. But now this is a serious topic. You know what I'm saying? Um Peace to anybody that's watching this, and peace to bro Sanchez. Yeah, this is my little recording studio for right now. This is where I'm doing my podcast. I've had a little bit of whiskey. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go grab what I'm drinking right now. You know what I'm saying? If you want to see what I'm drinking right now, just holler at me. You know what I'm saying? If you want to see what is this guy drinking, but it's not the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm doing what I'm doing right now because it needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? People need to motherfuckers need to have somebody go against their shit. And so when I am a wine bibber, it does allow me to relax. It does allow me to speak my mind. It does allow me to, engage into a dialogue and whatnot. Let me go ahead and mute that. So wow, it's seconds. And I haven't, what I'm saying, been consistent about live streaming. So the fact that I said Bro Sanchez TV, Shalom, let's do this work. This is coming from his work because bro is very, very consistent. I have to say that about him. He's very, very consistent. He's very, very timely. He's on point. Bro has put in so much work that there's nothing I can do to disrespect him. You know what I mean? So for me to put Bro Sanchez, and I ain't even sucking, you know what I'm saying? I ain't sucking him off. I ain't polishing his shoes. He was in the military. He could do that on his own. He knows how to do the shine. And to the people, I'm a veteran, so you could use cold water. You know what I mean? To get that core frame glass looking shine, right? So, Bro Sanchez, let's do this work. Why did I say that? So, hang on 1 second. Anybody that's in the chat room, anybody that's rocking with me right now, because yeah, drinking. Exactly, Boris. Hey man, this is what it is, bro. It lets it all out. Man, I can't even hear myself in the headphones. So it feels a little bit weird to me. I have a whole like mixing board right here. Right. So I got a whole mixing board and I can't hear my own vocals, through my headphones right now. And please subscribe because I see that StreamYard or whatever this is going to let me just go live. You know what I'm saying? It's going to let me just do what I got to do. So I want to, just like the title says, Bro Sanchez, let's do this work. Shalom, peace to you. Let's do this work. I want you to watch this video. I'm not going to make it too long because I know that people are busy. They're doing things. And like, you're like, who is this Naga? Who is he? What has he done? Who is he leading? What has he done in the community? Who is this guy? I would just suggest for you, go ahead, like when you go to YouTube again, type in David Berry Oath Keeper, and you can see me in 2009. So if you can see me in 2009, like what is dude talking about? Right? It's like what is it? What is it? What am I talking about in 2009, for God's sakes? What am I talking about? When you type in David Berry Oath Keeper, what am I talking about in 2009 that now we're in 2021 and I'm still talking about it? Please please subscribe when you come in. I've never worked on getting my subscribers up. And then if you look at some of my videos, it seems that I'm like all over the place. It seems like, oh man, what is this guy talking about? Right? Like he's talking about this and that. I think one of the last videos, like I wanted to follow up with it, but I'm a man of prudence. So Kwame Brown. So I was looking at him and I was like, I looked at what's the bro's name? Coffee and Kush. You know, and Coffee and Kush, you owe me an apology, nigga. I don't give a fuck what you say. Kev Rowe, you owe me an apology, my nigga, because you were very disrespectful to me, man. A long time ago. But you didn't realize who I was. And now I see where you are at today. And I say, imagine that, right? Imagine that. I'm going to push the amps up a little bit. What's happening, Boris? You rocking with me, bros? Shit, we doing this thing. You are all over the place. Well, yeah, because I'm enlightened. So it's not that I'm all over the place. It's that when you deal with polarity, you deal with positive and negative poles. And so it's the same idea with the shades of gray. You got black and white, and then there's shades in between, gradients. So it's not necessarily that I'm all over the place. It's that you don't know. Well, no. Let me not be condescending. Like, I don't want to do that. But it sounds like it's all over the place because there's a spectrum of information that people have to be accountable for. There you go. That's my most diplomatic answer. You know, and Boris Garlinghouse, thanks for rocking with me, my bros. You know, you say I'm here. I'm trying to find your center point. Oh, word up, bros. I appreciate that. Well, let me I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna grab something. I'm gonna grab some notes from one of Bro Sanchez last live streams. Actually, a couple of Bro Sanchez last live streams. I don't know what the name of those live streams are, but if you go to his last like two, and then of course they're long, you know, you got to skip through them and whatnot. Bros is covering a lot of stuff. He's a real teacher, so he wants to make sure that his students or the people listening to his live stream have like a well-rounded understanding. Grab your drink. I've heard every live stream. All right, Boris. Okay, so we locked in right now, my man. All right, hang on one second. I'll be right back. And I wasn't planning on grabbing the drink, Boris, but I'm gonna grab the drink right now because you said so, bros. All right, so one second. I'll be right back. I don't care what nobody says, man. You better, not you, Boris, but people that want to judge or like people that want to judge you, tell them, chata. I left that. Hey. Yeah, hopefully it's not backwards to y'all, but on my screen it looks backwards. Okay. I'll be right back. You know what that is? Okay, so this is a shirt, like just so people know, like, because I'm very confident. Like, I'm not gonna be like faking with y'all. I'm very confident, and there's a reason why I'm confident because I come from the same place that y'all come from, meaning that I also was afraid of things. Like, so this shirt right here. This is a Che Guevara shirt. Like, and when I bought this shirt, I think I bought it from Mervin's or some shit. I don't even know. But I just got it. It says "Ya Basta." Like, y'all heard Hillary Clinton say that in the last like 5-6 years. She said that, "Ya Basta." Right? And it's like, well, why the fuck did she say that? Because they're on some other shit. The shit that you think you're on, but you're really not. Greatest quote I ever heard was from Michael Savage. He said, if you are not a liberal at age 20, you have no heart. But if you're still a liberal at age 30, you have no brain. I have a liberal arts degree from a community college, Oxnard College. but I still have a liberal arts degree. And I have 2 arts classes under my belt, one at the community college and another one at UNLV. So if you want to talk about art, because I know that art is bread in Hebrew, lachem lechem, lachem lechem, lachem lechem. So if art is bread, then we got to relook at everything we're looking at together. And that's how we do it. Boris, I don't know if you're interested, bro, but I need to start creating my own Kabbalah group. And the teachers say that we have to separate the females from the males, or the masculine from the feminine properly, because I'm not an animal. I have a spirit animal, but I'm not an animal. My spirit animal is a silverback gorilla, just so everybody understands. So like if I'm coming out, my spirit animal is a silverback gorilla. But yeah, we need to create a Kabbalah study group and separate the masculine and feminine just for a short time. Literally, I only want to do it for 30 days so we can build up, community, and then start, investigating, okay, what's the difference? Even factoring in the Gospel of Thomas. Boris says, that's what my wife calls me, a silverback. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, boy. That's what it is. That's what it is, man. Fucking silverback gorilla. I'm in the jungle, nigga. I'm in the foliage. I'm looking at motherfuckers pass by this way. Motherfuckers pass by that way. Pass by this way. Pass by that way. I'm just like people watching, man, in the zoo. Cause Zoe, it means living in Greek, and all Z words in Hebrew and Greek have to do with things that are living. Shahada Zahara. Sermon on the Mount or Zerum on the Mount. Yeah, it's a straight zoo. Yeah, exactly, man. What is it? In Hermes says, don't think about the angles, concentrate on the curves. Focus on the curves, not the angles. Because the whole thing with binary and then them confusing sex with gender is a huge problem. Boris, I'll be right back. I got a few things. Shit. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to grab Bro Sanchez's notes. Hang on. I'll be right back. Shalom. I'm back. All right. So let me see if I can because I'll be taking notes on index cards, right? Because it's easy for me. And so some of the things that Bro Sanchez talked about dealing with the mundo is like the world, you know what I mean? So it's like, well, why was Bro Sanchez talking about the world? And then out of his last live stream, when he talked about the tree of life, I was able to draw the tree of life because I didn't do this on my own. I didn't do that on my own. And then it's talking about the different realms, which is the Asaya, Yetzirah, Absolute. It's like a circle, Absolute, Yetzirah, and then Asaya. This is the serpent. This is what everybody afraid of, man. This is a fucking serpent. It's the serpentine belt. It moves zig and zag and zig and zag, right? and then comes back up from the kingdom back up to Keter, which is self. This is self right here. So, and you just watch his live stream today. Yeah, Boris, I did. I actually, yes, absolutely. I watched his live stream today. He was going back, he was covering some information about Hazard. Now, these are the notes that I took from his last live stream. So he associated Lord with Loaf, and then Loaf with Harold. That's at the top right here. I know this is my notes. Hopefully it's not, it looks backwards to me, so hopefully it's not gonna mess you up. But he said Lord was Loaf, and then Loaf was Harold. And that's something that we can definitely work with, man. Bro Sanchez is he's a national treasure. He really is. So I spelled Harold backwards and I got Torah, but it's like Talora. But shit, I'll just take that L out of there. And then I got Torah. You see that? Oops. Does that make sense? Hopefully I'm not like on some other shit. Oops. But Lord is, he said it's Loaf, and he also said that it's Harold. And so when you spell Harold backwards, it looks like Torah. Does that make sense? Okay, not backwards. Okay, thanks, Boris. I appreciate you for communicating with me. And you see, right? You know, he had the different signs, right? The fire sign, and then the skull and bones, right? So I'm listening to the show, but I'm taking notes. Right? So, and then something I learned from young Pharaoh, and I even said this in the chat too. Where I'm like, well, young Pharaoh talked about the Hebrew pharaohs, or the Egyptian pharaohs, how the names, if they ended with a D or a T, that was feminine. So Brother Wisdom, who was on Bro Sanchez live stream last night, he brought that out. And I'm like, oh, perfect, bro. Now we can really geek out on what's going on. Cause it's the same thing with bread and breath. You know what I mean? Like bread and breath. Think about it. If the D's and the T's and the THs are interchangeable, then your daily bread is your daily breath. And that's what we're all missing. It's not sexy. Right now, the women's nipples are not getting hard to this. And that's where we have to make the adjustment, where we can get our women to be like, oh yeah, Holy Spirit. That, man, I'm like a Niagara Falls. You know what I'm saying? When they hear about the Spirit, because it's not anything that I'm making up. It's what's already there. And Bro Sanchez, he's literally like the crackers be saying, he's hovering over the White House. You know, we're all Moors and Hebrew Israelites. We're hovering over the White House. But the White House is closed down right now. So that's kind of, is it rendered null and void? I mean, that's a whole nother political conversation that I would like to have with my equals concerning what's going on with Jim Crow Joe, Jim Crow Chomo Joe, and the fact that shit is closed down, and then they have the Oval Office in a whole nother like recording studio. Like, what's going on with that? But nah, Bro Sanchez, he brought it out. Bring it out. Oh, and that's right there. That's the hazard sign, right? I just drew it because I'm listening to the show. I want to stay, you know, with what's going on. I'm in the chat. I'm talking to people and whatnot. Excuse my fingernails. I got to clean my fingernails out. I feel some kind of way. I do. Hold on a second. I feel some kind of way. Like, I was working today, you know, cleaning up some stuff, you know, working with my auntie. So hang on, I'll be right back, because I feel some kind of way. I should have, you know what I'm saying, prepared myself. But yeah, Bro Sanchez, you're a national treasure. I'm not on your nuts. I ain't using my hot breath so then I can shine your shoes. Like, nah, bro, I respect what you're doing. I'm nowhere near as consistent as you on the broadcast aspect, and then the idea of teaching everybody, because that's what you do, bro Sanchez. You teach everybody. And so you have Brother Wisdom on there. Man, fuck my fingernails. You have Brother Wisdom on there. Y'all was talking about, he talked about Lord. Okay. And then Lord. Yeah, right. Okay. I know, right? I heard this in the Tao Te Ching. When you look at the fingers pointing, to the stars, you're no longer looking at the stars. You're looking at the finger that's pointing, and you're supposed to be looking at the stars. So the Tao Te Ching corrects me, brother. What is it? Wait, I want to show this because I'm a free speech advocate. LML, you fuck your fingernails. Okay, bro. We rolling then. Okay. So, all right, Lord. Now I spell Lord backwards, and that's troll. So right on the internet, when people are talking about he's a troll, she's a troll, they're a troll, everyone's a troll. It's like, fuck, dude. When you spell Lord backwards, that's troll, yo. Because you got the LORD, and then the D is exchangeable with T and TH, and that's in German, Hungarian, Greek. I said German, Russian, where the D and the T and the TH are interchangeable. That's how you get Theos and Dios. Theos and Dios, it's the same thing. So even when I think about the Tao Te Ching, and then I hear phonetically it says Tao Te Ching, troll lord of the spider web. Ooh, Boris, I was just telling my auntie about that I think Yahuwah Elohim looks like a spider, bro. So like when we see it, and then it's out, like when we if like in our imagination, if I'm creating a whole like another dimension that we can, like, just me and you, Boris, we're in this dimension and we're chilling and we're like, hey, yo, God looks like a spider. And so when you go like on Judgment Day, you're gonna be looking at a big old arachnid, you know what I'm saying, with the mandibles and like 8 legs, looking at your ass, talking about, do you love me? Do you love me? And we're like fucking like shooken with fear, kind of like Men in Black. I think they did a good job with that. Where Men in Black, it showed like different types of aliens. Are you ready to see what these things look like? Right? Like on that. Boris, that's the signature of energy, right? Or like a praying mantis. Yeah, like a praying mantis. Yeah, exactly. Because the head moves around in a praying mantis. When you observe them, they can see you. They'll like be like sitting here like, I see your ass, nigga. They can see your ass. I ain't worried about you though. I'm waiting for something to come around that I can eat. You? I ain't worried about you, nigga. Yeah, and then they created a whole comic book character off the mantis. So yeah, I like where you're going with that, Boris. Absolutely, yeah. I don't believe anything that they've ever given to us in comics or movies or TV shows have not been of some quality that lead us back to the the Geneva Bible, 1855, 1856, what have you, when the scriptures was officially translated from German into English. Oh yeah. And English is a very, very new language. So yeah. Yeah, the praying mantis. I see you, my nigga. But you're not the topic of my interest. I'm looking for something to eat. You still there? Don't you got something else to do? You've been doing something else all motherfucking day. Now you want to come fuck with me? Yeah, that praying mantis boy, he turned his head on you, man. Oh, and he said that's the signature of energy. Yeah. Did you know, brother Boris, that the word signature, or not signature, but energy is in the freaking Bible, bro? It's in there, the word energy. It's energies, which is okay. It comes from Greek. It's in the Gospel of Philemon, excuse me, the book of Philemon in the King James Version. Because I only mess with the King James Version because that's the closest to the Geneva Bible, if that makes sense, from 1555 to 1611. That's the closest translation from the German into English, the 1611. When you get a New King James, when you get a New Living Translation, like the Jehovah's Witnesses be reading, if you get NIV, even though it has the margin notes with the 70 elders, 70 there's a name for it. I can't remember what it is, but yeah, the margin notes. I really do appreciate those margin notes because it lets you know, like, hey, this is coming from an older source, this NIV here. And do you know, Boris, when the NIV was published? Because it's very, very new. They published the New Testament in 1973, and then the Old Testament was published in, I believe, 1976, 77, or 78. That's when the Old Testament in the New International Version of the Bible was published. And that was not done outside of the consideration of the Uniform Commercial Code. Trust and believe. The NIV that was published in the 70s, the 1970s, was directly correlated with the Uniform Commercial Code. That's when this shit gets serious. That's when this shit gets super interesting. That's when people actually become investigators. Boris, you said the Geneva, is that like the canons? Might as well be. It came over on the Mayflower. It might as well be canon because I use the Bible as a dictionary. And a lot of people, they're not doing that. But I've been doing this since 2013. I've been using the Bible as a dictionary. Like, if you go back in some of my earlier videos from 2016 when I got on YouTube, you'll hear me, kind of sounding like I'm all over the place, but really not. I'm on a spectrum. And the spectrum, right? You got 50 shades of gray. So if you're not dealing with at least like 5 topics that I'm dealing with, is that the 50 shades? Is that not part of the 50 shades? The polarity, white and black, left and right, black female, white male, because those are the pillars on the Kabbalistic tree of life. Because you have left. You have the left female, black female, white male. Check me on this. This is what it is, y'all. Black female, white male, and then the spiritual centeredness. And you see that when you look at the tree of life, a lot of motherfuckers don't deal with diet, but this is diet. You got diet soda, diet Coke, diet Pepsi, diet Sprite, diet Dr. Pepper, diet. But there's the word for diet. Now, and to access the divine feminine, dayat to binah. I didn't label it here because in Bro Sanchez's show, he didn't cover understanding. But that's okay because that's what I'm doing because I support my bro Sanchez now, especially that I know that he's not a Freemason. Because I was worried about that because the stuff that he studies, even people, they listen to me and they say, man, you're an agent. I'm like, man, okay, how am I an agent? Okay, you hear my accent. If you don't like my accent, then you don't love my mama. Okay, I'm going back. It's all about the 501(c)(3). There's a 20-second delay, bro. So if I told you I'm white and my white is Jamaican black, would that help you explain that? I agree too, bro. I'm the white man. Does it not sound like I'm not? Hey, Shalom. Islam. I'm with you, my man. And so 20-second delay. Yeah, it is all about the 501c because the 501c brings you into the I like how um Kev Gills puts it. It brings you into the Virginia company. The 501c brings you into the Virginia company, and therefore it allows reclassification. Yeah, no, I'm the white man too, bro. Like that. Yeah, I get you. I get you. Islam. I maybe I should have my fez on. No, Islam. Hey, I'm with you, brother Boris. Yeah, they know who we are. When you deal with Egyptian mythology, you have black and you have white. White means pure. That's how they got Puritan. See, Puritan is not religious. Puritan is a political identity. Even if you were to Google search it right now, Puritan, pure, which is white, it's a legal status for all intents and purposes. This is not legal advice, but yeah, Puritan. You say I'm white. I'm gonna be honest, brother. You over my head. I'm literally white, bro, or their version of white. Oh, okay. I get you, Boris. Okay. So let's make a quick correction because we've heard this idea or this phrase, history is told in reverse. And I know it's a 20-second delay, so hopefully that's not going to be distracting. But so if history is told in reverse, let's just stop right there. So I'm glad you said Jamaican, because now I'm going to joke. I'm not disrespecting you at all, but I just want to add some humor to this so we can all laugh about it. I'm not going to call you a slimy limey, but I will call you an English muffin. Now, the only reason why I'm calling you English or English muffin is because you have heard people say and refer to other individuals as bloke. So from the word bloke, we can move the vowels around because of not only the medu netter, but we also have the burning bush. But let's put that to the side. And we also have the Rosetta Stone. So the vowels are important, but they can be moved around. So bloke is black. So from my studies, my research, not my opinion, but from what I found, the OG blokes are the blacks, or the OG blacks are the blokes. So the people out of their mouth, they confess the truth. So they say mate now in the UK. I'm not gonna consider myself to be a complete official on everything going on in the United Kingdom. Not at all. However, I know what I heard over here across the pond in America. And I know I've heard that English people refer to each other as blokes. So I believe that the remnant of the truth of the so-called whites being the OG blacks, because they did come over here as immigrants processed through Ellis Island. Yeah, there was other immigrant groups that came over before that, hundreds of years of colonization and immigration. But let's look at the ones that came through in Ellis Island, right? Give us your poor. Who were they? What countries did they come from? Did the Vatican have any control over those countries? And if the Vatican had any control over those countries, then by proxy, all the immigrants that came over here were Roman slaves. Does that make sense? I'm not to be like dismissive, not to be hating, not to be none of that, but it's a fact of history. I was born in 1978. I was born into this. The next year, 1979, Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars was published. I was 1 year old. What could I do about it? I was just born into this. Yep, you're onto something. Yeah. Yeah, so like bloke is black. The blokes that call themselves white, that's the propaganda. And I have I have a document. I don't know if shit. Maybe it's right here. Nope. Okay. See, Boris, everything is for you right now. So, okay. Okay, so can you see this? I'm gonna hold it there for a few minutes, get it closer. Oops. Really, what's important is the first few sentences. I'm gonna hold it there for a minute, brother, because we're building right now. So I want you to be able to build from where I'm building from. Let me know, brother Boris, when you're done reading that, and I'm gonna read your chats. Slaves aren't just black. The slave trade didn't make sense. I was born in 1974. My stepdad raised me. He was a black man. Dope, bro. You got raised by an Indian. You got raised by a Moor. Yeah. So you right here. You at home right now, Boris. I was the oldest out of 5 and the only full-blood white. I can't see. I'm damn near blind. Hence all my mistakes. Oh no, brother. You're at the right place. So with that being said, Jesus will make you whole. Jesus Christ will make you whole because Jesus is in you. You are the sanctuary. That's what a lot of people don't understand because they never read the Gospel of Mary. They never read the Gospel of Thomas. They're limiting themselves to limitedness. All right, so this right here, this document right here, this is receipts. Just I'm gonna put it up here one more time, brother Boris. I know that you can't necessarily discern what's here, but I just want to put it up one more time. And I printed this out years ago. Propaganda in War Reporting on the U.S. War in Iraq by David Vidal. And I printed this out on, I believe it was published on the 2nd of May, 2016 by David Vidal. And this is Stanford University. So this is one of those articles that if you're in college and you're in a maybe a foreign policy class in political science or whatever, and you wanted to cite something, this is a citable source. The word propaganda comes from the Vatican. The phrase congregatio de propaganda fide. Congregatio de propaganda fide. Congregatio de propaganda fide. The congregation for the propagation of the faith. Congregatio de propaganda fide. The congregation for the propagation of faith was used to support the Catholic faith in response to the Protestant Reformation. Propaganda is everywhere and has been around for a long time. Every newspaper, magazine, news channel, radio station, advertisement, or any other type of mass media contain elements of propaganda. Propaganda is often given a negative connotation due to its history of power and control, as in the Hitler's regime, but in reality, the definition is very simple. According to Webster's College Dictionary, propaganda is information or ideas methodically spread to promote or injure a cause, movement, nation, etc., and the deliberate spread of such information or ideas. Let me read that last sentence again. According to Webster's Dictionary, according to Webster's College Dictionary, propaganda is, and it's got quotes, propaganda is, quotes, propaganda is, quote, information or ideas methodically spread, spread to promote or injure a cause, movement, nation, etc. And the deliberate spread, spread, spread of such information or ideas, whether the reader of a media source agrees or disagrees with the content. The purpose of the media is to convey one way to look at a particular situation or idea. That came from Stanford. Brother Boris, I'm looking at your chats, bro. You said, yep, you're onto something. Slaves aren't just black. The slave trade didn't make sense. I was born in 74. I read that, bros. My stepdad raised me. He was a Moorish man. That's my little edit. I was the oldest out of 5. Yeah. Hey, bro. So Stanford University is telling us what propaganda is. The last sentence. Whether the reader of a media source agrees or disagrees with the content, the purpose of the media is to convey one way to look at a particular situation or idea. Propaganda. Now, just so you can see, like, yeah, I clipped a couple of things together. This, I stapled it, right? Okay. Oh, I got an extra page in there. So look at this paper on propaganda. 1, 2, 3. Yep, still there. The American press takes particular pleasure in criticizing Germany on grounds of humanitarianism, civilization, human rights, and culture. It has every right to do so. Its humanity is shown by lynchings. Its civilization is shown in economic and political scandals that stink to high heaven. Its human rights are displayed by 11 or 12 million unemployed who apparently choose to be so. And its culture exists only because it is always borrowing from the older European nations. Such a nation is certainly justified in sneering at ancient Europe, whose nations and people look back on centuries, even millennia of cultural achievements, even before America was discovered. So David Vidal sounds like he got a stick up his ass. But this is a Stanford University graduate, a Ivy League student. Am I wrong here? Boris, is Stanford not an Ivy League school? Does the fact that they made this available to cite as a source when anybody was doing a paper on what is propaganda, you can source David Vidal and turn that in to your college credit hours. Okay, so this is important. And the title of this is Propaganda in War Reporting on the U.S. War in Iraq. I've had this for years. I love y'all. People just busy doing what they're doing. But we have to understand what propaganda is. You know what I mean? All of us have to understand what it is. So let me go like the magic 8-ball, right? I'm just going to pick a page. Hella pages on this. This is like 11, 13 pages. Another aspect of war propaganda in Iraq that complicates the war is the media's reporting. Media sources like CNN have grown so influential on public opinion that they can force the different parties at war to focus on certain issues by raising public awareness of the issue. This has become to be known as the CNN effect. and that's measured from 2003, 20 March. It's got a source right here for the CNN effect. Governments can't ignore issues that the public has strong opinions about. With the media now embedded in the war and getting real-time footage, the government can't tell the media what the public wants the people to focus on. The government can't tell the media what the government wants the people to focus on. The media choosing an event to focus on can change public opinion and force governments to do something about it. As Colonel Chris Vernon put it, war, I'm gonna give you a little accent. War is not just tanks and armor, it's also psychological, hearts and minds. The other guy's move is affected by what he sees happening or thinks is happening. I think the American Defense Society has a very good understanding of it. He has read the books. He said warfare is psychological. Spot on. Not many politicians get that. This is a quote taken from a piece also from 2003. Receipts. Receipts, 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 receipts. Receipts, 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 receipts. I'm going to read on. This is interesting. With all the propaganda and psychological aspects involved in a war, it is sometimes hard to believe what we read in the mass media. Walt Whitman once wrote, "The real war will never get in the books," end quote. Walt Whitman said, "The real war will never get in the books." Whitman's statement makes one wonder, what is the, quote, real, end quote, war? And does anyone have knowledge of the real war? Question mark. Certainly everyone must have some bias due to the plethora of media information out there taking one side or another. Most of the media sources we have a natural and one could argue unavoidable bias. So the Ivy Leaguer is saying that people have a bias. Imagine that. For example, the media embedded in the troops in Iraq have probably gone through a survival course by the U.S. Army. And because they are traveling with U.S. troops, the troops are protecting them, feeding them, and living with them. Peter Moss, after witnessing the British tank propaganda event, wrote, "The coup de grace to our withering claim of neutrality, with the prospect of selected outlets being given privileged and controlled access so they can participate in a deadly game of psychological warfare aimed at toppling an enemy regime. The case of journalistic independence is becoming awfully difficult to sustain. The case for journalistic independence is becoming awfully difficult to sustain. The case of journalistic independence is becoming awfully difficult to sustain." 2003. Boris, brother Boris, would you like me to continue? I mean, who wants somebody to read something? Propaganda is a problem. Bro Sanchez, enlightened man. He's enlightened. He's an enlightened Buddha. We're going to work together. We're going to do this. Flat motherfucking power, first and foremost, before I say anything else. Flat power! This bitch is flat. Flat as your 6-year-old. Yeah, went there. Because you need to have a perspective. They're These people that manipulate the media, propagandists, they know you're sensitive. They know you know the right things to do. That's how they can sucker you, because they know you're trying to do the right thing. Motherfuckers need to read Machiavelli, Nicola Machiavelli, the Prince. I think it's verse 13. Concerning ecclesiastical principalities. They know you. They know Israel. They know that we are the law. We have the law in us. So when we read the book, we're like, oh, I'm waiting for the tribulation. And then when the tribulation comes, then I'm going to be teleported up out of here in the rapture. Live long and prosper, folks. I did the right thing. Y'all niggas was fucking up. I went to church. I went to church every fucking Sunday. We went to Wednesday. We did everything. I went to church like for fucking 20 years. And I think I'm better than everybody else. But no, the tribulation, yeah, that comes after the rapture. But you're a fucking jerk. Because no, the rapture comes before the tribulation. You don't know that the son of perdition revealed himself in 2015. He happens to be His Majesty, the Pope of Rome. Check it out. Bolivia, 2015. Pope Francis spoke in Spanish to the people of Bolivia, saying that the Holy Roman Catholic Church is responsible for human rights abuses, criminal type activity in North, Central, and South America. He spoke in Spanish. So he said, rapture is rape and capture, right? I'm gonna have to come back to you. I gotta, I know it's TMI, but number one, I'm gonna be back. We're gonna do this. Boris, thanks for locking in with me, bros. We're gonna do this. I'll be right back. Hasta pronto. Shalom, brother Boris. Yo, I'm gonna show this one. I don't want to hide it, but yeah, there's some stuff going on up there, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it more has to do with like money. You know what I'm saying? With when you deal with the Vatty Boom Batty, the Vatty Boom Batty, the Vatty Boom Batty, the Vatty Boom Batty. He deals with the money. The Vatty Boom Batty. Hey Boris, have you ever been to the Vatican's website? The Vatican, the Vatty Boom Batty has a website. It's Vatican.va. And when you go to Vatican.va, look at the popes. They call them motu proprios. And the Pope has been doing those since His Majesty Pope Francis specifically has been doing motu proprios since 2013, which is that's a want from El Papa. That's a want from His Majesty. I'm just talking like this because certain people might come across this video and they'll be like, who is he talking about? Hey, yo, I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying, His Majesty, Pope Francis. I don't have no hate. I don't want to bring no war against y'all at all. No. I love Yeshua Beher, and that's the only reason why I'm here. That's the only reason why I jumped on Bro Sanchez's helmet, is because I'm like, Bro Sanchez, bro, like, yeah, you wanted this, Yeshua, man, but there's so much more to it. And even at the end of the day, we don't even need the damn Bible. We don't need the book. But we have to use the book. Do you hate them evil fuckers? Oh man, I'm gonna show it, bro. No, I don't hate them, man. I'm beyond that because I understand that the relationship is how can we say it? It's symbiotic. So like even myself, I'm guilty, right? So if say I'm watching pornography and then the system is saying, "Oh, look at this one. He's an Israelite. Look what he's doing. He's watching the pornography. So we can keep doing what we're doing." Okay, yeah. So I'm like, that's childish, but it's kind of like how things actually are. But it doesn't mean that anything is wrong. It doesn't mean that our free will can't be accessed. But they're a whole government. So they're doing things as a sovereign nation. And so we have to see, well, if we do things as Israel, not the state of Israel created in 1948. My dad was born in 1948. My dad picked cotton, right? My dad picked cotton. So that's the dude who taught me. So I got my daddy's cooking and my mama's cooking. And I'm not better than nobody. That's not what I'm saying, man, because we're on the same level. That's why I have this up here because this was a whole shirt. I cut this motherfucking shirt up because I was scared at the time. So I'm just letting y'all know that if I'm saying anything that's like shocking or whatever, I'm just like, yo, I cut this fucking shirt up, yo. But I kept it as an artifact so y'all can relate to me and not think that I'm like, oh, I'm above and shit. I got Aaron in my balls. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't go to the club with y'all. I can't hang out. We can't play spades. We can't, you know what I'm saying? Play chess together or something like that. No. Don't do that to me. I'm your brother. First and foremost, I'm your brother. But yeah, the Vatican, it's a whole government. They're doing what they're doing over there. And it says symbolic. That sounds like some Stargate parasite shit. Symbiotic. Well, yeah. That's how we have a city of anywhere. Because a city of now here's the thing. So if you I'm assuming that Brother Boris, you've went to uh start a business. So when you go to the city of wherever to start a business, on the top of the application, it says fictitious business license. Am I wrong with that? And I know there's a 20-second delay. We're gonna work with it, bro, because this is gonna work out. Because this is on Yah's time. So if when you went to go start your business and you fill out the application, it said fictitious business license across the top of the application that you signed, right? Tell me I'm wrong. And I know you went to start a business. You know what I'm saying? Everybody started a business. I remember when I was making music. That's why see the keyboard? Right? Because like I be doing I be producing music too. So yeah, so fictitious business license. You give me too much credit. I have never owned a business. Oh, that's okay, brother. No. You could collect Pokemon cards, okay, and so you got so many Pokemon cards, and then you find the market on eBay where people want to buy those Pokemon cards. It may be a business, and then the business is like, well, I need to be able to write this off on my taxes, so they won't do business with you unless you have a business license that they can put on their business license or connected with their business license, so they won't do business with you unless you are a business. So, and I had that happen to me. It was the early 2000s. A so-called white man wanted to pay me to make some music, and so he's like, hey man, I want you to work for me, but I'm not going to pay you unless you have a business. So I went down to the city hall and I went in and filled out a fictitious business license, because that's what it says at the top, fictitious. And Brother Boris, that's the only thing that I wanted to focus in on, was that the word fictitious is on all these supposedly important documents. Go figure, right? Does that make sense? Why is the word fictitious there? Uh, what if I said I buy crypto? No, it's dope, man. No, you have to do for you, invest in the thing that you think is going to bring you the wealth that's going to satisfy you. And if crypto does that right now, brother, you invest in crypto. But just like our phones, right? Just like our phones and just like crypto, they were created in some very wrong circumstances. So just know that's the history of it. So we might say, yeah, I'm going to hold this up. But just like I'm holding this up, oh, I like my phone. I like my phone. But I don't know. Maybe it was a company, Foxconn, that manufactured, you know what I'm saying, this phone. And so I know it was made in a sweatshop. I know it was made in almost slave type conditions. I don't feel good about that. I don't rail on this every day. Oh, I can't wait for the new iPhone to come out. I'm gonna stand in line for the fucking iPhone. I didn't what? The iPhone was made in a sweatshop? What's a sweatshop? That's something I heard about a long time ago. Do they even have sweatshops anymore? That's how I'm gonna be. Do they even have sweatshops anymore? Fucking fucking one-eyed fucking beast. Dummy. Do they even have sweatshops? So yeah, with the androids coming from China, I'm sure that these fucking things came from Foxconn, where they have nets outside of the building. We were slaves. I'm a black man. Man, I don't get no breaks. I'm a black man. I don't get no breaks. The white man come around, he want to take everything from me. The white, I'm the black man. The black man. The black. It's a trap. It's a trap. It's a trap. You got to understand what Rome considers black from 1724. This is what I want to talk to Bro Sanchez about, yo. Because when we get in this history, you cannot erase it. Oh, that's his story. His story. And fuck out of here with all that. Let's just get the timeline. If people can tell me sports stats, then they can tell me about the black Christian slave codes of 1729. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. It's just one goddamn thing. But I love Bro Sanchez. If Bro Sanchez hold the panel tonight, you getting on the panel? Absolutely. Absolutely, man. I was on the live stream today. That he went up temporarily. He was going to cover Hazard, which, right? We went up there. And what I wanted to offer was I work for Frito-Lay selling potato chips, and I worked in a lot of different convenience stores. And you in the convenience stores, you have a lot of Arabs, you have Indians, and you also have Israeli guys in Las Vegas that are running these convenience stores. And I remember one of the guys in the store, I think he was Israeli, and he was talking about some of the people that had come inside the store. And he was like, these people are chazas. And I'm like, chaza? I was like, what does that mean? And he's like, they're pigs. And I was like, oh, snap. I was like, damn. I was like, chaza is a pig. Chaza. And I don't remember if he's Israeli or if he was Arabic. I think he was Israeli. And he said, chaza. So you got Hazard County. Bro Sanchez hasn't even talked about the Dukes of Hazard just yet, but I know we're going to eventually get to it. But I know that Bro's definitely covered right here. You know, that's why I wrote the hazard sign, and then I put hazardous, you need safety. Yep. And then for safety, I'm going to write this in the chat. And then I would please go ahead and look this up. Don't sleep on this. Okay. Okay, so this right here. So we have Independence Day, July 4th, but then that year you have Tory Act, and in the Tory Act talks about. Oh yeah, I thought Sister Betty or maybe Bethy was bringing up the census from the 1700s. Well, see, brother Boris, we're vibing, brother, because look at how I'm bringing up some documentation from 1776. So we're absolutely vibing. You know, this is how it works, man. So the Tory Act, and when you look into that, you'll see where the words goals, but it's spelled GAOLS, and then safety. So they're like, oh, the election was secure. Secure is another word for safe. One of my sisters, Melody, she fucked with, I would say OD, but I'm not even gonna say that because I don't even know. But anyways, ODD. Um, Supposedly recently, she just put a video up on her thing. Melody Diosa. Trying to remember her last name. Melody Diosa. YouTube channel. She's talking about them spraying some type of gas in the subways in New York. And they said that the gas is safe. Let me put this in the chat too. It says safe. Because we gotta wake up right now. Because what the fuck does safe mean? It's English? Yeah, I know, Boris. I don't, I just watched my sister. She had a video up. She said, she kind of make hinted to where like she may not be working with some people that she was recently working with. So, man, Melody has my heart. Like she really does. And because I've never, well, no, I women of her caliber, that shit gets me excited, man. That shit gets me excited because I'm like, man, if there's her, it's like when you watch the Hunger Games and you seen Katniss Everdeen, right? I don't know, maybe not the first movie, but the second or third. Like when you seen Katniss, you're like, damn, that's a Amazon. That's an Amazon. You know, that's a warrior woman. She cut her breast off so she can be a better a bowman. You know what I'm saying? She cut her titty off, so I could fucking, fucking, she cut her breast off, and I think Melody would cut her breast off for you and me, so we can be free. Yeah, but yeah, bro, Sanchez, bros, you are a national treasure, and I can't wait to talk to you again, man. So we can bust open this Christ consciousness riddle, which is not really a riddle. It just has to be opened up. You talked about the loaf being herald, and then herald backwards is Torah. Where my notes at? But hang on one second. Hey, if y'all didn't know, this is the Mayan zodiac calendar of Zotz. Zotz. Z-O-T-Z. Zotz. 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 And then, if, as a rule of thumb, Greek and Hebrew words that start with Z have to do with life. So this word, Zotz, has to do with dominance and the bat, the Marcialago, because the Marcialago brought us the Rona, right? That's what they said. That's what she said. All right, so Zotz, this is the Mayan calendar month for bat and dominance and a few other things. If you're interested, I can go grab my Mayan calendar. And yeah, this goes from I think the 10th of October to the 29th of October. I hope you didn't. Oh man, I had COVID back in I shouldn't say that. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. I shouldn't say that. Made a mistake. I had the Rona back in 2014. I have a natural immunity. Yeah. Yo, hey, this is the new flood. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all liquid. It's water and shit. Like, It's like get the water, nigga. Get that water, man. Hey, Boris, you remember the movie Rango? And then they went to the bank. What was the currency? Fluid. They doing the same shit. Like that's oh my gosh. It's okay. It's okay. I'm good. I'm good because I realized that being blessed and being given gifts means that you can see things. And so because it's a gift that you can see things that our brothers and sisters that can't see, but they can see, they have their own gifts, and then they just need to be told that the fact that you feel shitty, the fact that you feel bad about something that you know that your brothers and sisters around you don't know, people in your city don't know, that's what it feels like to be blessed. That's what it feels like to have a gift. Does that make sense, Brother Boris? Because you can see things that other people can't see. You actually are in possession of the gift, brother. That's it. And you're like, oh, fuck, I don't want this. Gift and a curse. Gift and a curse. This is a gift and a curse. I want it, but I don't. I studied. Now I'm fucking mad that I found what I found. And But yeah, no, that's it, man. That's it, man. That's the gift. That's the gift that you got to sift through, man. And then maintain your own throughout it all. Now, I'm going to show you, Brother Boris. Here's my life meter. That's me tonight. I'm not going to advertise for them. But as you can see, I'm going to advertise. But you already know everything. Wise counsel will draw knowledge from the deep. Just like if you were watching Bro Sanchez's live stream, because I love Jesus, I went into this ancient sacred text. I went to the Dogons. I went to the African spirituality. I didn't actually travel to Timbuktu, Mali, but I traveled to Timbuktu, Mali. And so I'm even able to show Bro Sanchez things like he shows me things. And we need him. That man's consistent. He's a national treasure. Who I can't do what he does. You might see a few videos from me. I'm nowhere near as consistent. We need him. We need him. But with Yeshua ben Hur, oh, I got to show you this. Hold on. Mazel tov. Jesus is just us. Boris? Man, we're brothers, man. That was the point of him coming here to teach me that I am Israel and that the other nations are the Gentiles and the heathens, and that I was supposed to get the instruction so then I could come out and speak to you and give you edification for what you have learned for your possessions. I'm edifying you. Now you need 2 witnesses in Louisiana. That's where I'm at right now. You got to have 3 and a notary, but that's cool. But I am only 1 witness. Within the next 72 hours, Brother Boris, you're going to have people come to you and confirm our conversation, because Yahweh Elohim don't make no mistakes. Allah don't make no mistakes. You're not here for no reason. You're here for a reason. You're going to get not 2, but 3 confirmations that I'm rolling with Yeshua ben Hur, Jesus the Christ, and that you've identified yourself. I don't know. I'm just going with the spirit of our interaction, that you are either Gentile or heathen. And it's written that Israel is supposed to get it first, because Yeshua was sent here for one tribe. And then once we get it, then we are the ones that say, yeah, man, you do have a right to the kingdom. When all the other fuckers are saying, no, you not Israel. You not from one of the 12 tribes. You ain't from one of the 12 tribes. So because you ain't from one of the 12 tribes, then you don't have a right to the kingdom. But I ain't read the whole Bible. Nah, I ain't read it all. No. Yeah, I still got a little bit more to read from the Bible yet. And that's not Bro Sanchez voice. That's just like a lot of us have that fucking Negro accent. And that's why a lot of people think that I'm off-putting. But I get it. I get it. I ain't no house nigga. Could have been a house nigga. That's what y'all probably seeing. That's what some people probably seeing, is I could have been a house nigga. All right, so let's see. Aquarius energy from my brother Boris. Where you from, man? Oxnard, California. I was born in Ventura County, California, and that's Shoemash land. Ventura, Oxnard Sugar Beet Company. Oxnard. It's on the West Coast. It's central. Like it's not even central. It's a northern suburb of LA. Dead ass. Because you got Simi Valley, then you got Camarillo, and then Camarillo was right next to Oxnard. If you know about Kobe Bryant, was supposed to, I believe, fly into Camarillo, and then I believe he was going to drive into Simi Valley. So there's Camarillo and then Oxnard. Oxnard is where I grew up, straight up. I thought Jesus was just us. Absolutely, Jesus, that's us. Arkansas here was in New Orleans in May on my birthday. Hey, happy belated birthday, my brother. And my father is from West Memphis, Arkansas. That's where he picked that cotton. West Memphis. And then he ended up driving a truck for 40 years plus, because he drove tractors when he went to Cali, because he worked in the fields, because there's a lot of fields. If you look at Oxnard, Ventura County, they have a strawberry festival there like every year. Yeah, I'm in Central. So Central Arkansas, that's what's up, bro. Arkansas. Hey, is Arkansas pretty flat, bro? Like, not a lot of mountains there? Because I heard that that's one of the aspects of Kansas, is that it's real flat. It's real flat. And shit. I'm just saying, if you were to shoot a rail gun across the whole state of Kansas, how much curvature could you calculate? You globe head, retarded motherfuckers. You know what I mean? How many feet would you be able to shoot that rail gun? And how does that rail gun calculate for the curvature of the earth? That's all I want to know. Flat motherfucking power. It's flat towards the Mississippi Delta. Yeah, man. They talk about with this Rona thing, they talk about Delta phase. Nobody has talked about this, yo. Okay, so the brain has a few different phases. Okay, we're awake. I think that's alpha phase, but don't quote me. But I know that delta phase is sleep. So if there's a DV, I don't want to say it because, they be doing their thing. Very, 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 very. And then I seen a pissant, a very pissant. The river delta, very pissant. Delta means sleep. So look at the people. And we know that the CDC has published information talking about zombies. What the fuck? Exactly, Boris. You know, the Delta River, very pissant. It's Delta phase in the mind, I believe. Because think about it. Think about the piece, the masses, the multitudes of people. The multitudes of people. Yeah, exactly, man. They're culling the herd. Yeah. I'm not laughing at it because I'm not sick like that. I ain't no nihilist. It didn't need to happen. But I respect Yah, and Yah says free will. He says free will. Okay, yeah, right. So we talk about the fizzle jizzle, right? So if we're gonna talk about the fizzle jizzle, there was documentaries put out on the fizzle jizzle. And if we look at the documentaries that were put out on the fizzle jizzle, they were saying that the fizzle jizzle could cook a newborn baby in their crib. Boris, were you familiar with that? Did you hear anything about that, about the fizzle jizzle? Yeah, okay. So if they saying the fizzle jizzle will do that, I'm like, that's inhumane. That's barbaric. That's fucking that's savage. That's disgusting. Yeah, that's microwave energy. What? You're gonna microwave a child, a baby, because you got the router and the tower, the Eiffel Tower. You know, you got the rooter, the rotor rooter, and you got the Eiffel Tower out there with the fizzle jizzle, and they do anything. And then my baby gonna die. My baby gonna die with the fizzle jizzle. We don't need the fizzle jizzle. My baby gonna die. But that was the use of propaganda also exists within a government regime. Recently, the historian Zachary Shore published a study describing the terror within Hitler's regime. Officials within the regime used propaganda when conveying information up the chain of command. Information would only pass on if it would impress Hitler. This has a negative effect on Hitler because he would not see the whole picture of the war. The same may be true of Saddam's regime. Saddam's regime, like Hitler's, also terrifies people under him. Many Iraq people have been killed, and many of those were also to Saddam. For example, Saddam's son, Uday, shot Saddam's half-brother, Watban, and killed Watban's son. The terror throughout the regime could result in uses of propaganda to make higher officials happy to avoid getting killed. The terror throughout the regime could result in uses of propaganda to make higher officials happy to avoid getting killed. This hurts the regime because the information may not be accurately passed on to Saddam himself. Saddam, a man who wrote 3 letters to the American people, not to you, Boris, no disrespect. Americans, did any Americans have an opportunity to read the 3 letters that Saddam Hussein wrote to the American people while the United States government was prosecuting a foreign war against Iraq? Not only in the early 1990s, but also in 2003. Did anybody read it? Right. Okay, and it said microwave energy. That's crazy. ASF. They ducking us, brother. Dawood, I heard a lot. What you read in is propaganda. Yeah. This is called This was something I downloaded. It's called Propaganda in War Reporting on the U.S. War in Iraq. And it's propaganda is everywhere. This is by a what school did this nigga go to? Stanford, nigga. Yeah, Stanford. Right. It says web.stanford.edu /class /blah blah 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 blah. The ability to win public support can be just as important as the ability to fight the war. The ability to win public support can be just as important as the ability to fight the war. So what are they telling us, folks? Propaganda. Propaganda, James Fonda. Stanford Ivy League. I'm glad you asked that question. Sounds like exactly what they doing to them now. Yeah. What they doing them, bro. Boris, where you at, bros? What country are you in, my man? I'm in Los Estados Unidos, in El Estado, Yame, Louisiana, Ciudad, Shreveport. I'm in the city of Shreveport, so-called. Taking up space, inhabiting, bro. Where you at, brother Boris? All right, now here's another. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna give you some right now, Boris. Wait for this. Have you ever heard of this guy? All right, you ever heard of Ivy Lee Ledbetter? Because I, brother Boris, I like your brain. I like the way it's working. You're not evil, are you? You're not part of the system. You're not part of the cabal. Are you a dual citizen of any country, brother Boris? Little Rock. Yeah, Little Rock. Shalom, Little Rock. Yeah, man. I don't know how far that is. How far is Little Rock away from West Memphis, Arkansas, man? Because that's where my papa and all my family, that's they stomping grounds. That's where my daddy picked cotton, man. Was in West Memphis, Arkansas. Just country white. That's what's up. 2 hours. Okay. Okay, 2 hours. That's what's up, man. So let me see. In Cali, 2 hours from where I'm from, in Oxnard, 2 hours would put me in Orange County. I could be in Laguna Beach. I could be on San Juan Capistrano. From where I came from in 2 hours driving south, you know, I would be in San Juan Capistrano. I would be in Orange County, California. I could go to Anaheim. I could go to Disneyland in 2 hours from where I'm from in California, you know, in relation to West Memphis, Arkansas, and Little Rock. That's what's up, man. I've been to Cali a few times. Yeah, that's up. That's what's up, bro. Where'd you go to Cali when you went to Cali, man? See, I grew up on the beach. That's another reason why I'm different, man. Because I've used what we used to call a boogie board. It's like bodyboarding. And I use fins. So, and I cut my teeth when the West Coast had those El Nino storm surges. So I got a chance to boogie board on 5 to 10 foot swells. That's like my time when I was out there. I was like, damn, 5 to 10 foot swells. I'm like, there's some big motherfuckers when you laying down. You're like, whoo. You know what I'm saying? You got your fans kicking and shit. You say catching that wave, man. Yeah. So I've been to Cali for Eureka and LA. Oh man, Eureka, man, you up north. Yeah, man, you hit the north, you hit the south, bro. California needs to be cut up in 3 parts. I'm just saying, maybe 5. Dead ass. Because people in the Southern California are way different than Northern California. It's just as different as New York and Florida. You know, although you get a lot of people from New York end up going to Florida, you know, like President Trump. Yeah. You see, that white boy shit. Oh, no, it's good, bro. Like, hey, ain't nobody tripping. Getting that. Yeah, that's the future. There's a future. Hey, look at now this is my political science degree coming out, right? So, in order for Congress to originate a bill, well, Congress cannot originate bills. The bills have to first originate within a state. And then if a state passes a proposition or a bill, whatever, then the feds can say, hey, now let's do that. So Oregon, by legalizing every fucking thing, you know, coke, you want to tweak, nigga, you want to do some black tar, nigga? We got that. So they got that in Oregon now. So it's legal. So now, because Oregon as a state did what they did, now the Congress can create a bill to legalize marijuana. Yeah. But Eureka was the bud stop. Okay, that's what's up, bros. Hey, are you you trucker? You over the road? Yeah, Eureka up there by Oregon. Okay, yeah. That's Northern Cali, bro. That's way up here, man. Where I grew up, we're Southern California, man. Santa Barbara? Have you heard of Santa Barbara, bro? Santa Barbara, man. That's San Ynez is right next to Santa Barbara, and that's where, you know, my Neverland Ranch. I know, right? Excuse me if anybody sees this and they get triggered by hearing about Neverland Ranch. Excuse me, I'm just making a geospatial location insertion, so my brother Boris can understand where I'm from. Nah, not a trucker, just a hustler. That's what's up, bros. Hey, real recognize real. That's why you fucking with me, cause you like, okay, this dude looks like a square, he sounds like a square, but he's saying some real shit. And so that's just my pedigree. You know what I mean? That's just my pedigree. And even like, bro, Boris, like you said about my nails, I had to handle it, bro. I handled it. I had to handle it. You know what I'm saying? Like, can't be out here looking like, you know, Joe shit the rag man. You know what I'm saying? I don't roll like that. But I'm not on money, because I know that money is the root of all evil. And the treasure the treasure that Jesus talks about in the scripture. My goodness, has anyone ever looked up the Greek word for treasure? Treasure. I can't screen share right, yeah, but I'm gonna tell you, treasure. The Greek word for treasure is thesaurus. Thesaurus. That's the word for treasure. When Jesus talking about treasure, he talking about a thesaurus. So if you can coordinate words with other words, you already have the treasure. You're already rich. You're already wealthy. You already have taken from your investment, your inheritance, your estate. The knowledge is treasure. Absolutely, my brother. Yeah, that's the treasure. That's the only treasure. Because if we think about it and we're honest with ourselves, we say, okay, it says Federal Reserve note up at the top. I was like, okay, Federal Reserve note. When did we get these things? After the stock market crash of the coming out of the 1920s, late 1920s, into the early 1930s. And so it's like, so this is monopoly money. Every fucking dollar. If somebody is a millionaire, you have monopoly money. You just do. It fucking sucks because we work, we try to, we plan. I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna make this money, I'm gonna do this and that. And so all we're doing is accumulating somebody else's property. And there's no way around it. There's no way around it. You are accumulating somebody else's property. That's why you can't burn the money. It's the same reason why you cannot laminate your Social Security card. Because why can't I laminate? Now let's full stop. Social Security. There's that word safe again. Social Security. Security is another word for insurance. Homeland Security. Homeland Insurance. Homeland Safety. Take it back to 1776. January 2nd, the Tory Act. The Tory Act, it tells you about their goals. It tells you about their focus on this word safety. Because safe, now think about foreign policy. Foreign policy, insurance policy. Foreign policy, insurance policy. There's settlements in there. There's injuries in there. All that. Think about a war. Think about a bill. A bill, you pay a bill. That's what the Congress is doing. You pay a bill. I know I'm all over the place, but it's a spectrum. Left and right. It's a spectrum. It's playing Grand Theft Auto and then understanding that Grand Theft Auto means the sublime heist of your autonomic nervous system. Grand Theft Auto is the sublime heist of your autonomic nervous system. Does that make sense? Of course it does. Now, my autonomic nervous system. Well, my autonomic nervous system controls my heartbeat and it controls my breathing. I don't even got to think about it. And that's where Jesus comes in. Because Jesus was talking about motherfuckers doing his commandments. And the word his is auto. The word his means he, she, himself, herself, her commandments. You might as well say that for all fucking eternity. Her commandments. Anybody want a challenge? I have been around for 43 summers to take that challenge. But not with you, Brother Boris. Money, the search of wisdom is the treasure hunt. The knowledge is the treasure. Man, money is a distraction. Mother-freaking-lutely. The Federal Reserve Note is a distraction. The Federal Reserve Note is monopoly money. Monopoly money. It just is. In 1950, when they published that Modern Money Mechanics talking about money it doesn't exist, that was 100 years after women's suffrage got off the ground. Brother Boris, this is one of those 100-year banker wars solved. Women's suffrage, the introduction of Immanuel Kant's Transcendental Meditation. Fast forward 100 years to 1950, you get the release of Modern Money Mechanics. You get the admission that, hey, the money it's not real. And then at the same time, you get inflation starting from the Consumer Price Indexing, CPI, Consumer Price Indexing. CPI, Consumer Price Indexing, CPI. Why? Inflation? Because not only is the husband working, but the bitch is working too now. So they have two incomes in the household. So we can raise the prices of goods and services because they have the income to suffice to pay for the inflation rates that we will artificially implement on the people, whether they are aware of it or not. We're going to do it. How you like? That's my evil voice. So they even say today, oh, look at all these bitches going to college. All these bitches with their college degrees. That's just justification and reason for them to raise the prices of goods and services. Why did the price of beef go up? Because too many bitches have college degrees. I'm not talking shit about the women though. I'm just saying that to be fiery. I don't hate y'all, but I wish y'all motherfuckers would have paid more attention in them college classes, because college classes are kind of like watching YouTube videos. I mean, to be honest, to be fucking honest, I learned so much shit in my health. Why am I a political science major and I'm taking a health class? But in that health class, I learned about cocaína. I learned about heroin. I learned about all the different drogas and how they actually affect the human. Now, would you imagine? Can you imagine? Let's go to a place that doesn't exist, a place that I will create right now on my show. Brother Boris is a witness, and anybody else is a witness, that crack babies do not exist in reality. Once again, I'm going to say that crack babies do not exist in reality. I'm going to say it one more time, because I don't think people are really going to fucking get this. I don't think people are really going to understand this. I know nobody's ever told you this before, but I learned in college, in my health class, a 400 level health class at that crack babies do not exist. They knew this from the 1970s, that the actual active ingredient of whatever drug that these niggas can classified under Schedule 1, 2, A, B, C, nigga, it doesn't actually go into your bloodstream. It triggers the receptors in the body, the GABA receptors and other receptor sites in the bodies. So that means that the drug never actually goes into the bloodstream. And if the drug never actually goes into the bloodstream, that means it never actually transfers to the baby. The drugs never transfer to the baby. The drugs never transfer to the baby. Hey, no crack babies. The drugs never transfer to the baby. No crack babies. It's a lie. It's a huge lie, just like saying you're black. Boris, why you saying I'm bullshitting? Crack baby do not exist, and vax babya. Yep, crack babies don't exist, y'all. It's all mental. It's all a part of that psychological labeling. And if you went to college and took a psychology class, you understand the detriment of psychological labeling. Just like when you call somebody a conspiracy theorist and don't call them a fashionista at the same time. Fuck out of here. You don't know shit. You don't know shit. Conspiracy is a synonym for fashion. Conspiracy is a synonym for fashion. Oh, I want a new belt. I heard that Gucci has a new belt. I want to put it on. Foreign trade. I don't care about our people here. They black. They don't care. We're not Israel. I'm a fool. Yeah, I bought the babies. Give a woman the right to choose. Let her choose. She want to kill the baby. Let her kill the baby. I don't care. I want my I want my Murcielago shoes, not Murcielago. Excuse me. I want my Basenci. What is it? Basenci. What is that word? Balenciaga. Balenciaga. Hey, blame it on the alcohol. But if any of you niggas drank as much as I drank, you wouldn't even be able to talk. And I can carry on a full conversation and be quality. So you want some foreign shit? Niggas be loving they foreign shit. I want a foreign car, nigga. I want some foreign clothes, nigga. I don't even want my Hebrew woman no more, my nigga. I want me a foreign bitch. Yeah, I want me a foreign bitch, my nigga. Hey, I'm guilty. My first girlfriend was Pinay. I done had all types of different women, you know what I'm saying? Like, you talk about white. Okay. Polish, she was fun. Eva, I love you. I'm sorry it turned out that way, Eva. You told me I was meat. I believed you. I didn't want to get in a relationship. But it doesn't mean that we didn't have a great time together, Eva. Like, for real. Polish. Poland. This is for you. Mazel tov. Poland. All right. So Boris says, if you believe in crack babies, that means that you've been indoctrinated. If you went to college, you got that degree. So that's one thing. I went to college. I got all my credits. I still got a couple more credit hours to go, but I didn't get my Roman accomplishment because I'm waiting. I'm like, wait a minute. No Roman accomplishments for Dawood Ali, although I do have my liberal arts degree. So blah, blah, blah. Okay. So I do have a Roman accomplishment, but I'm not going to be arrogant about that with the people. You know what I'm saying? And I could talk to anybody. I don't care how street you are, nigga, how gutter you are, nigga. I don't care what bylaws you're following. I don't give a fuck what set you claim, what your rag is and shit like that. I'm not disrespectful, so there's no way you can disrespect me. You know what I'm saying? Because I was trained by a real OG. You know what I'm saying? And he told me, he's like, hey, man, be respectful, bro. You ain't going to get disrespected. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, okay. So if anybody disrespects me, I know it's out of some individual motherfucking problems. Bro Sanchez. Shalom. Let's get this, my man. Let me go back to my notes. You said that Lord equals loaf. And then when you said Lord is loaf and loaf is Harold. And Harold is up there at the top. Hold on, let me do this. I'm God L. I'm God L for all of you niggas and you bitches who don't pay attention. I'm God L. See this? Oh, he's smoking tobacco. He's smoking cigarettes. So he's not of God. He's not of the Lord. Fuck all you saved niggas. You saved to a fucked up level. This is a video game. You need to fucking resave your game at a new restore point, bitch. All right, so Lord, loaf. My good. I almost didn't do this, Brother Boris. If you're still with me, bro, put a 1 in the chat. I'm going to say that, Brother Boris, if you're still with me, because what I would like to do right now is for everybody that watches this video, which is going to be a small handful of people that are going to actually get the blessing that Jesus fucking wants for you motherfuckers to have, okay, is that I am going to give you the Hebrew word for loaf. Bread, a bread loaf. Because Man, I done looked at YouTube for I don't know how many years, man. Over 10 years, 12 years. Where y'all at? Man, 2022 is going to be me. Me and you. All of us, yo. All of us, yo. So, and I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to end this live stream because it's kind of long, and who really wants to watch a geezer? But I know some of you ladies is out there. You look and you're like, oh, he looks cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's talking kind of like, okay. The girls ain't talking about this stuff. Yeah, the girls ain't talking about this stuff. They on some other shit. The girls. Fuck them bitches. Fuck them bitches. I'm on the real, man. I know what's going on. And although I'm on, and none of y'all can hang with me, I'm telling you, none of you can fucking take as many fucking shots as I took and then be so clear. So, Loaf, this is off of Bro Sanchez notes. Ain't got shit to do with me. He said, Lord is Loaf. Loaf is Harold. This is me right here because I spelled Harold backwards. And I'm like, damn, Bro Sanchez, that shit says Torah. Damn, Bro Sanchez, that says Torah. Another word for chaza, hazard. Hazard is pig. Oops. Chaza. Like you see, you got the sign here, you got the sign there, sign there, sign there. Chaza, hazard is pig. So hazard is pig. Hazard, chaza is pig. Contemporarily. Because Jesus said, go where the people are. Go where the people are. Accept Yeshua ben-Hur. Accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. Confess your sins to him. Shem. Confess your sins to him. Shem or her. She. Hershey. Confess your sins to him and learn to speak in linguas. Learn to speak in tongues. Learn to speak in tongues. Tongues means language. If you're slow, tongues means language. Accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior. Confess your sins to him. Then learn to speak in tongues. Tongues means language. Accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior. Confess your sins to him, and him can be Shem, and him can be her. Then learn to speak in tongues. I never done that before. Guy L. I wrote a book too, y'all. It's called The Science of Fiction Dialectic. Bro Sanchez, I published that shit in 2017. I've been trying to talk to you. I get it. It's evolution, man. Let me tuck my thing in, bro. It's evolution, right? Okay. So remember, propaganda. Wait, let me go. I'm going to read one more thing out of propaganda, then I'm out of here. Let me read the last page because it's going to be like a conclusion or something. A conclusion. There's an essay. 13 pages. Talking about propaganda in war reporting on the U.S. war in Iraq by David Vidal, Stanford.edu. Oh, okay. This is bibliography. So it's not a full 13 pages. But it is 13 pages because you count the bibliography. But I'm looking for his conclusion, which should be a solution. I'm looking for the conclusion, which should be a solution. In 1997, a group of journalists students, and media experts got together and discussed issues, journalism, including in their writings was an online and how the media prepares the country for war. The media first prepares the country by bring up issues of poverty and dictatorship, such as the case with Saddam. In the justification stage, quote, justification stage, end quote, the media calls for urgency, such as in the case of protecting the U.S. from Iraq biological weapons. The implementation stage is similar to the control that the media has over the public view of the war on Iraq. And the aftermath is already being portrayed by the media, starting to not focus on the war as much as the beginning. The implementation stage is similar to the control that the media has over the public view on the war of Iraq. And the aftermath is already being portrayed by the media, starting to focus on the war as much as in the beginning. Then there's some notes here. It says the preliminary stage, during which the country concerned comes to the news, portrayed as a cause for, quote, mounting concern, end quote, because the poverty / dictatorship anarchy. Number 2, justification stage, during which the big news is produced to lend urgency to the case for armed intervention to bring about a rapid restitution of, quote, morality, end quote, or excuse me, quote, normality, end quote. And then there's the implementation stage, when pooling and censorship provide control of coverage. Then number 4, the aftermath, during which normality is portrayed as returning to the region before it once again drops down the news agenda. Adolf Hitler once stated, all that matters is propaganda. Adolf Hitler once stated, all that matters is propaganda. Adolf Hitler once stated, all that matters is propaganda. This may not have been seen literally, but when it comes down to it, if someone can control public opinion, then they have all the power. Damn. That may not have been stated literally, but when it comes down to it, if someone can control public opinion, they have all the power. A government cannot have power if it does not have the support of the public. In order to gain support of the public, propaganda is used to promote the government and the ideals behind it. The issue concerning propaganda are complex and numerous, but it is known that propaganda can be one of the main weapons used in psychological warfare and can significantly affect the outcome of a war. The issues concerning propaganda are complex. The issues concerning propaganda are complex and numerous, but it is known that propaganda can be one of the main weapons used in psychological warfare and can significantly affect the outcome of a war. Propaganda can influence people to believe a certain ideology, whether that ideology is wrong or right. Propaganda can influence people to believe that a certain ideology, whether that ideology is wrong or right. Hopefully, future uses of propaganda will serve to limit fighting. Hopefully, future uses of propaganda will serve to limit fighting, and be used to avoid wars rather than supporting wars and promote hate, as in Hitler's regime. Hopefully, future uses of propaganda will serve to limit fighting and be used to avoid wars rather than starting wars and promote hate, as in Hitler's regime. And in the bibliography, this is interesting. On the Art of Speaking to the World, 1998. This nigga named Schwartz. Schwarzenegger. Hey, look. Schwarzenegger. Schwarzenegger. Nigger means black. If you want to call yourself black, use a nigger. Stop it. Bro Sanchez. Where's my motherfucking shit? Harold is motherfucking Torah backwards. Harold is Torah backwards. Thank you, brothers and sisters. Please subscribe, like, share. I waited too long to do that. I should have done this earlier. Please like or dislike, share, and subscribe to Dawood the Sal Sage podcaster. Right? Sal Sage. Get with it. Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar. Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar. Alhamdulillah, Allah.